Have you ever stopped to think about how much meaning, how much universe can be packed into just a single sentence? Well, that's exactly what we're doing today. We're taking one verse from the Quran, Surah Maryam, verse 47, and with the help of some really deep scholarly commentary, we are going to unpack a whole world of meaning hidden inside its words. And it all starts with a question that I think gets right to the heart of what it means to be human.
All right, so let's start with this, because it's something we've all faced. How do you show real, genuine love and kindness to someone, especially someone in your own family, when you fundamentally disagree with them on the things that matter most? This isn't just a hypothetical. This was the exact dilemma facing the prophet Abraham, with his father Azar, who was a devoted idol worshiper. I mean, you have to imagine the scene. It's incredibly tense. Abraham, a prophet of pure monotheism, is standing before his own father, who carves and worships idols. This isn't some minor disagreement over dinner. It is a clash of worldviews at the most fundamental level possible. His father actually threatens him, but instead of firing back with anger or doubling down on the argument, Abraham, he makes this truly remarkable choice.
And this is his response. Just listen to the tone. It's not about winning the fight. It's gentle, it's loving, and it's just filled with this incredible sense of hope. He starts with peace, follows it up with a promise to pray, and then finishes by affirming God's grace. But let's look a little closer, because that first phrase, peace be upon you, carries a theological weight that is so easy to miss.
Okay, so let's really zoom in on that opening phrase, Salamun alaik. In the commentary we're digging into, these two little words are basically the key that unlocks a huge theological concept. This is not Abraham just saying, hello, or, let's not fight. Oh no, it's so much deeper than that.
You see, the Arabic word salam doesn't just mean peace in the sense of, the absence of conflict. It's way more active than that. It's a prayer for total well-being, for safety, for security, for spiritual wholeness. So when Abraham says salam to his father, he's actually praying, invoking God's complete protection over him.
And here's the crucial point. This is an act of immense, profound mercy. Abraham is basically praying for his father to be shielded from the ultimate consequences of his actions. He is asking for salvation for the very person who is threatening him and rejecting his entire message. This one word, salam, it just encapsulates this deep, abiding hope for redemption.
And this prayer for salvation, it opens up a really fascinating distinction that the commentary makes about the journey of souls in the afterlife. Specifically, the difference between passing through hell and actually falling into it.
So here's how the commentary explains it. For the righteous, the journey involves passing over or through hell. It's this inevitable crossing, but it's not their final destination. For the unrepentant, though, it's described as a fall into it, a permanent state of being. So Abraham's prayer for salam, for safety and security, is really a plea for his father to be among those who just pass through, not those who fall in for good.
And to make this concept even clearer, the commentary points to this powerful analogy from another verse. Every soul will taste death. Now pay attention to that word taste. It implies an experience, right? A passing moment, not an eternal state of being consumed. The hope, then, is that for some, the experience of hell is like a taste, a terrifying crossing for sure, but not their final eternal reality.
Now, this whole line of thinking leads us to another incredible insight from the commentary. We're going to shift gears a little bit, moving from Abraham's words to God's words, because it raises a brilliant question about the nature of the Quran itself. I mean, this is a fantastic question, right? The Quran is filled with moments where God asks questions to prophets, to humanity, to angels. But if God is omniscient, if he already knows every single answer, then what's the point of asking the question in the first place?
Well, the answer, according to the commentary, is that the questions are never for God's benefit. They are always, always for ours. They are a divine rhetorical tool. They're designed to make us pause and think, to get us to reflect on our own beliefs and our own actions. Sometimes they're there to affirm truths we already know deep down, and sometimes, they serve as a really powerful form of rebuke.
And this brings us to the final and maybe the most profound point of the entire commentary, the idea that ties everything we've talked about together, the very nature of God's mercy, his rahmah. So the commentary makes this absolutely critical distinction. Divine mercy, it says, is an essential, fundamental, intrinsic attribute of God. It is part of his very essence. Divine wrath, on the other hand, is not. Wrath is described as a secondary effect,
a consequence that arises from human actions. Think of it like a shadow, which only exists as a consequence of an object blocking the light. Mercy is the light itself.
To explain this, the source offers this really powerful analogy. Imagine a doctor who gives a patient bitter, painful medicine to cure a serious disease. The experience of taking that medicine is awful, it's unpleasant, but the doctor's action, the reason he's doing it, stems from a place of care, a desire to heal. It is, at its core, an act of mercy.
So if you look at it from this perspective, even divine justice and its consequences, even punishment, are seen as flowing from a place of ultimate mercy. This desire to restore order and balance and health to the universe. And this is the very foundation of Abraham's hope. He can pray for his father because he understands that God's mercy is more fundamental, more essential than his wrath.
And that brings us all the way back to where we started. A simple phrase, peace be upon you, becomes this incredible gateway to understanding mercy, justice, and the very nature of God himself. And it leaves us with one last thing to think about. What profound prayers, what hidden depths are just waiting to be discovered in the simplest, kindest words that we choose to use with each other every single day.